Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and for over 20 years Maxpedition's been really an effective player in the EDC space, whether the small stuff like pouches and bags or the big stuff like day packs, duffel bags, backpacks. They have just covered it all, learned a lot in that time, and really started to dial in some of the designs, like with this one, which is the Keystone Versipack. It's like a fanny pack, well it is, and it's like a sling bag, well it is. It's dual use, and anyone that knows much about sling bags and fanny packs know that they're kind of similar, but they're not always interchangeable, and both of them have very good advantages. I mean, a sling bag is very fast to access, especially on the move. You can flip it around, access it usually with one hand, but it's generally a good fitting one is a little less symmetrical. So you do run into some problems trying to use it as a fanny pack. On the other hand, a good fanny pack can be very stable. I mean, a lot of ski patrollers use them because you can do a lot of high mobility activities without compromising the pack. And you can secure them tightly, but you can also flip them around, and now you got a shelf and actually an area to work out of, which is why fly fishermen just love them. But this one here is designed to run dual duty. So it's got a very large strap and a unique shape. A little different than some of the conventional bulky fanny packs. So this one does work well, plus the dual-sided zippers, which is what you need for a sling bag, because if you only have one zipper and you're wearing it as a sling and the zipper's at the bottom, you can't easily open it without risking losing the contents. Now, this made an appearance in a previous Olight video, so I thought I'd go through it again, because there are several things I want you to notice about it. First, I'm kind of playing with the blackout theme here. So I've got my blacked out light, that new Onyx Olight, but I've also put a few other things in here to kind of show the size. And then we'll get to some of the access, the administrative opportunities that this thing has. So I threw some tools in it because I always like building out toolkits, and I thought, well, I'll play around kind of with that in that blackout space and see what that's like. But anyway, if you look at this front to back, we've got a small zippered pouch on the front end. This is a dual-sided zipper too, and that's important if you're trying to run it as a sling bag, because one of these is going to be up, one side is up, and because this has a fairly symmetrical back, you can decide which way you want it to go. And it does have the hook and loop, plenty of that in different places. So inside the first big zip pouch here, you've got a little bit of separation there. Move to the back, you've got the loop part, so you can attach different things, you know, kind of aka like the Velcro, but it's hook and loop. And then you can see it is made in Vietnam, where a lot of great fabrics and textiles are coming from these days. On this side you can see a couple of small pouches, kind of separated with the mesh. But in the back you can also add more things. Let's say you want to carry your pliers. You can get a little plier carrier to fit right in there. And then that cinches those down, keeps them where you want them. But let's take a look at some other options. Now, Maxpedition makes a lot of these kind of hook pouches, which allow some further subdivision. Some of them can be specific for different things, but those easily can go either inside way in the back here, if I wanted to throw one of those in the back, or there is plenty of room back here. Now, you don't have to have your pliers back here. You know, you can take out your plier holder, and you could put other kind of kit-specific bags down in here, should you want to do that. And then that gives it some extra security, should you want to concern yourself with that kind of thing. Now, let's take a look at this. I'm going to use a tree here. So if you've got a sling bag, the sling bag is designed to go over one shoulder, and you can easily roll it around, you know, kind of like a loop. And as you roll it around as a loop, you can access it up front or behind. And then, of course, you can easily, you know, if you line the zippers up, you can easily access it on the move. Let's take a look at the fanny pack option. You can cinch it up nice and snug so it doesn't bounce around. Plus you can access it in the front too if you want. Just a little bit of loosening on the strap, roll it around, and suddenly you've got not only kind of a little bit of a desk in front of you, you know, or a shelf, but you also have access to all kinds of things. And then if you've got multi-pockets, like this one does, then of course you can easily drop in whatever it is into any pocket and access that individually. And because the zippers are, you know, double-sided zippers, at least the ones on the top, well, all of them, but the ones you worry about are the ones that can go across the top. You can just space those out and make the opening a little bit smaller. Now, take a look at some of the other features on this thing. If you look at this, that you've got that webbing, it's like seatbelt webbing here, and that would easily allow you, you know, to hook up something, say carabiners. You can also do it across the molly at the top. There isn't anything on the bottom except some sheer durability. You can tell, pretty beefy, but the fabric on this is 1050 denier nylon, so you can see the texture, pretty durable. But also, a lot of times when I'm out, I want to be able to attach a bear spray to it. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, oh, bear spray, huh? Well, yeah, absolutely. If you've ever used this stuff, well, then you know. But a lot of times I want to just attach it to something just like this. Just hook it on, and then slide that down, and then I'm just carrying it on the side. This one's designed, I can rip it out of here, or I can pop it loose should I want to do that. So bear spray having an attachment point, and I actually have had some sling bags that didn't have a good bear spray attachment point. Another thing is the way this kind of tightens down. As you can see, it pulls around. Sometimes they're just attached right at the edge, and then when you try to snug them down, they just kind of stop and they don't pull the contents snug up against you. So that's one of the things here, in fact with all fanny packs, that I look for, because it's easy to just make a waist belt and then just stick a bag on it, but then the bag can flop all around, whereas here you can snug this up and it pulls tight on the actual bag. But anyway, I'll put a link below for this. They're not cheap, but they're quality, and if you want to use something and count on it, definitely go with something that is worth the initial expenditure. All YKK zippers, we've got paracord, and the ability to carry it as either a sling bag or as a fanny pack or waist pack, and actually have that work. That's a big deal. It's like 2 packs in one, so you divide the price in half and there you go. So this is the Maxpedition Keystone Versipack. Let me know your thoughts. And with that, Doc out.